We would like to remind you that Species 7 is made possible in part by the following sponsors and grants: the Evelyn Woodberg Foundation for Really Ungifted Children. We've been helping graduate idiots since 1959. The Ted and Tina Grant for Wayward Swine and Helpless Hogs. Reminding you, eat more hamburgers. After all, they're not really made of ham. A generous donation by the National Film Board of Canada. Hey, my brother and I made a movie. Aw, take off, you hoser. We did not, eh? And of course, generous donations by our Patreon sponsors, loyal subscribers, and viewers just like you. Thank you. Well, hey folks, Species 7 here. Welcome back to the channel. And welcome back to some Farmer's Dynasty. Another beautiful sunny day here on the beat-up farm. Wow, I actually closed my door. I wonder what ever possessed me. I hardly even do that in my real house. There we go. So, welcome back. Good of you all to stop by and give everything a watch, all my viewers and subscribers. Big shout out, of course, as usual, to my Patreon sponsors, and my chickens who have laid me these fine, fine eggs. Come on. My mouse seems a tad more sensitive. No, it's purple. That's the right setting. Yep, you heard that right. I'm so technologically advanced, I have to check the settings on my mouse by what color it is. So if you are new to the channel and you like what you see and you'd like to subscribe, there's a little icon down in the bottom right hand corner, which, like the idiot I am, I'm actually pointing at. No, I'm not. Obviously I have one hand on the mouse. That will get you all subbed up. And if you are feeling extremely generous and would like to contribute to my Patreon channel, a little exclamation point up in the top right hand corner will take you there and solve all my woes. No, just kidding. But alright, today, how are we doing here for like food? Okay, lots of stuff, eh? How are we doing for needing food? Not so much. That's cool. That's cool. Alright, so we can ignore that for the moment because I do sort of have a plan today. And I know that can be a little bit scary, all things considered, i.e. who's coming up with the plan. But let's waddle on out here. And using our magic vision, yeah, there's 99.97% wheat, and that's how much there is that's ready to harvest. So I'm going to have to say, project of the day is indeed to hitch the grain header and get on with harvesting this wonderful crop. Oh, I really wasn't talking about the tree. I'm going to have to get me that. I think there's a chainsaw you can buy. I can't see behind me that way. Oh, I can see a little bit this way. That's good. I think we're going to end up wanting perhaps a wee bit of an extra swath here. So let's lower the header down. Ooh, let's turn the header on. And let's make sure the cat ain't in the way, and away we go. Ooh, I'm too fast, man. Stick her on cruisy control. There we go. Unhitch the grain header. Can you imagine what a disaster that would be at speed? As the header drops off and the harvester proceeds to drive over the top of it. Man, I feel like I'm just out of control here today. So a buddy of mine, one of my viewers, subscribers, and Patreon sponsors, Mr. Banks, whose channel channel is linked down below, by the way, has talked me into, and oh yeah, I'm going to blame you for everything that happens to this point on in this, buddy. That's not what I meant to do. I wanted to actually... Why did I think C would raise the header? Oh, boy. It's lucky I can even speak English. But it has talked me into trying Elite Dangerous. So me being me, of course, I researched it and looked into it and watched some videos on it. Obsidian Ant and some giraffe dude and a few others, and looks pretty cool. It kind of looks like maybe the you know, the non-arcade version of No Man's Sky, right? Although you don't get to wander around on the planets on foot. Oh, I keep forgetting. I'm sorry, this ain't Farm Sim. They want me to do this like a proper farmer. No, you have a rover thing. And it looks really cool to try. But so I'm going to give that a shot, and I'm hoping on the one hand that I really, really, really like it, and I'm hoping on the other hand that not so much, because it could be one of those things I could throw a lot of time away on. And from what I understand, it is one of those games where a lot of people end up just sinking muchos hours into it, and that's fine. You know, it's just I do have a commitment to my YouTube viewers as well. Why did they make it R? It's like it just won't stay in my head. And whose idea was it to put these trees in my way? Do I really have to do the... I'm going to make a headland thing? I'm starting to think I do, you know. So let's do that. I'll tell you, this is more like riding a horse than it is a harvester. Alright. So yeah, I'm gonna give Elite Dangerous a try. Oh, overfilling. Okay then. I did not realize that. I suppose it's something I should check, eh? Oh, that's field info. I'm not looking for field info, man. Does it actually tell me? Okay, now we're not on the field. No, it doesn't, eh? So it doesn't actually give me a percentage. Huh. Alright. Well, that's interesting. Now, I'm pretty sure, if I remember rightly, that I can actually empty this, should I choose to. Directly into the silo or the other storage. Now, in this case, oh, dummy, you gotta put the pipe out. Come on, get in there. Now, put the pipe out, which is what? Oh, F. Well, of course it is. Do. There we are. Now we can get out of the harvester. I'm getting hungry. Look. My cat does more work than that in this amount of time. I'm getting hungry? I tell you, it can wait. It can wait. Oh, how's all our greenhousery doing? I don't want to lose control of this. I've never managed to... looks good. We're all in the comfort zone. That's all I needed to know. Because it was yesterday when I dealt with them. And I don't know what the... like I said, I've never actually successfully gotten through it. I'm really hoping my tractor is around here somewhere. Aw, come on, man. All I really want's my tractor. I got both trailers here. Oh, no. Don't tell me it's off somewhere with a plow. Rats. Rats. Because I usually park it here. Man. I am so oh, there it is. That looks like my track. No, corn header. Okay. Okie dokie. Artichokey. What are you? Yeah. Oh, have I not plowed this dude's field yet? Oh, uh-oh. Looks like maybe that's what we're doing, guys. Well. That's a little more than I'd counted on. Holy smokes. Oh, lordy. Now, I'll bet you last episode, the last thing I said to you guys was, alright, I'll get this field all plowed up, and I'll see you here the next time, right? Yeah, that sounds like me. Oh, man. This is one big field. Alright, well. It's, RDRR. Let's, cruise controller. Oh, I hadn't counted on this bug. I thought we were just going to do a nice harvest. All be just simple dimple. Alright, well that's apparently as far as I'm going anyway. Huh. Really did not want me doing that end. So maybe what I'll do actually. This. That'll mess with a moment. Alright. Nope. There we are. Man, look at the size of that duck. That's a beautiful duck. There's, whoa! Holy hopping glitch monkeys. What the heck? So I noticed, now, I've always been pretty pro for these developers, and I mean, good reason. They produced a pretty decent game. But it's been a while. I noticed when I lit it up, we are still on version, I think it's like 096. I remember that rightly, 094 maybe, or 096. And there hasn't actually been an update since April. So, I'm getting a little concerned with the state of the state here, you know? Could you just quit drifting? Stop. I'm pressing in reverse. Wow, weird. It wouldn't plow, and it wouldn't back up. Okay. See what I mean? It still needs a little work. Ever seen anybody plow a field before, fella? Probably not, actually. I mean, not everybody has. Alright, let's lowers the plow. Okay, there we are. I must have been too far off the edge, or who knows? Who knows? I obviously made some sort of a relatively critical mistake there. But yeah, the developers haven't really had much to say since about April. And, well, she's April no more. See, they know it's end of August here. Summer is almost a thingeth of the past. But we'll see. As I said, I do think that it is a pretty darn good game. It's certainly not really, except for this particular part. You consider how little a part this really plays. It's not so much like the other farm games, is it? And yet, interestingly enough, not since UIG have have you had the opportunity where you could sort of play this as, I mean, more like a Sims game as opposed to a farm sim game? But you can also, if you really wanted to, concentrate almost entirely on simply farming your own fields till such time as you could afford to buy more fieldage, and they're not that expensive, and go that route, so that it would be very, very farm simmy. And as I say, oddly enough, the last time I really remember that happening in this genre was Ag Sim 12, I guess it was? Yeah. Not their last thing that was just... They had to send 3 different people in to lie on the forums before they finally gave up and admitted the game was garbage, never to be heard from again. But you could, in fact, in that game, in 12, play it as, you know, get on your tractors, plow your fields, then get on to the cultivators and do your own harvesting, and basically play it as a farm game. And it had issues with, well, crashing and shadows that would do weird stuff, and, you know, you'd pick up a machine and a piece of it would stay on the ground, and as you drove to the field it would just draw this long strand of, you know, the same color as the machine out behind you, and, well, just weirdness. You'd pass by another machine and all of a sudden it would leap in the air and crash and blah blah blah, and you know, you weren't anywhere near it. So it had its issues, but you could, if you wanted to, play the entire game like a spreadsheet, pretty much. Like, you could turn it into an actual management sim. So, and like I said, this is sort of the same idea. You know, you could very much play it like a social game, like Stardew or something like that, or Sims, you know, sort of a cross. Or, yeah, decide that all you're going to do is get up in the morning, look after your chickens, look after your cows. The only person you're going to talk to on the map is the guy that buys your goods just around the corner, and spend the whole time farming. So, kudos to them. Kudos to them. Man, I was so looking forward to harvesting, you know? That could have been a good time. So, Elite Dangerous, I'm quite looking forward to it. I played Eve for a couple of years, so I'm not really a stranger to the, you know, we're sorry, this pool has no shallow end kind of game. You know, that is probably the most referenced game when you're trying to describe a learning curve that's basically a vertical wall. But again, it is popular enough, just as Elite Dangerous is. There are enough knowledgeable people out there on the interwebs that you can count on to have some sort of an idea of what you're stuck on and how to get unstuck on from it. So, including, of course, as I say, my buddy Binks, who is going to, of course, answer all of my questions and solve all my problems, aren't you, buddy? They don't have enough psychiatrists on the planet to solve all my problems, folks. No, sirree. No, sirree. I should be harvesting. My other tractor's a John Deere. Huh. I can use that. Let's go back to mulling about view here. That's amazing, you know. I have a tool that can take rusty metal and make it shiny as heck with 2 passes. Look at the exhaust stack on my tractor, man. I mean, sure, I don't wash them as much as I might, but you think I could at least take out that tool and go, here you go. See, I'm pretty sure the way this plow is set up, it's only designed to go in one direction. But that's okay. I don't want to get dizzy by going around the field the same direction constantly, you know. So wow, man, plowing again. But the reward for this particular plowing is a seeder. And you know what? We could use a seeder because they sell for a lot of money. And one thing that, without doing the whole farming thing, you don't come across a lot of is money. Yes, sirree. This is one of those truths that you need money to make money. And you do in this game. Alright, I've got a feeling that I'm probably getting a bit peckish, aren't I? Alright, so I need something that's going to go dang near 60. Do I have anything that exotic? Ooh, yeah, we do, man. We're going to eat some Italian tomato soup. There we go. Very nice. 10:05, call a tow truck. Sunk or out of fuel. Okay, farm statistics. I don't think I've ever seen these bloody buttons before. Ooh. Needs fertilizing, ready to harvest. Needs fertilizing, ready to harvest. Yeah, we don't have the fertilizer. I got no fertilizer. Pinheads, what are you bumming on me for? Alright. But luckily neither of our storages have anything in them. Okay. We got 1,000 key at that. We got 95 key. We've got 1,000 kilo of manure. That's not enough to do anything, is it? Farm building's fixed. Really? All you had to do was look at a list? Why didn't somebody tell me? Oh, here you go. 32 zucchini, none ready to harvest. 38 tomatoes, none ready to harvest. Humidity, perfect. What? Where's that button been all my... all my life. Is that plow up? Yeah, good. That's always me. Plowing up a neighbor's yard. Can you imagine? Be like social points. Minus 9,011. Yeah. We wanted to make it 9,012, but we hate even numbers. Alright. Drop plow. I said plow, not trow. Come on. Doesn't seem to mind if I just lay on the throttle while we're plowing. I just realize this thing's only going to do 12 dragging that plow no matter what you do. So I would skip through to the head of this, guys, but I mean, we've got another about 7 minutes of video to go anyways. So instead I will just yammer on aimlessly, because that's why you all come here anyway, innit? Whoa, I'm stuck in the hole. No. Isn't that what I was whining about on Farm Sim there last episode? Oh, when I get into that hole where the plow went by, I should actually feel the tractor drop in. Of course, my good friend Darren did remind me that there is the Giant's ground response module, and I used to use it all the time, but I uninstalled it because I think it was something I did, I believe, on the Sosnovka Knot map by Johnny B. Awesome map, by the way. If you ever feel like revisiting the proper version of Sosnovka, that would be it. I was continuously finding drive control would screw up, and you know, I couldn't back vehicles up even though I had shuttle off in the. I keep swinging back towards that hole. I don't know what possesses me. It's going to take me a long time to plow the field doing that. And slowly it reached a point where I couldn't like reverse at all unless I started in reverse. Then I couldn't go forward. And this went on for a little while. Now, it was also on my multiplayer server, so So again, another, little thing to throw at it to, see if you can work or break. And drive control did not function properly again until I uninstalled the ground response. So I am going to chuck that back into the game so that I will have things to mutter about as my tractor helplessly flops into the plow furrows I've made. There we are. And away we go again. Let's crack on the cruise control. Oops, now I'm probably too far out. I figure that plow's small enough if I just leave the headlight, it's got to be in front of the tractor. The wing light there. About even on the furrow, we should be good. Nope. Of course, it would help if I actually had straight furrows. Man, this is an awful big field to trade even for a seeder. That's a lot of work. We should be able to negotiate. We should go, yeah, half the field. You go 3/4. No, go do 3/4, but you got to throw in a cow. Huh? I think that'd be all right, wouldn't it? A good way to get cows. Ugh, I'm tired of driving that way. Let's plow incorrectly in this direction for a little while. But you'll notice I'm so darn confident I haven't even looked behind me to see if I'm actually close. Yeah. I'm just a natural, man. Just like Briar's ice cream. Oh, by the way, don't ever buy that stuff, and if you do buy it, don't actually eat it. Okay, there's just something unnatural about an ice cream that if you leave it on the counter, it doesn't melt. Seriously, man. It's just not right. It's not. Yeah, I buy ice cream that's made at a dairy over on Vancouver Island. And, believe me, during the warm days in the summer, it was all you could do to eat a bowl before it would melt into a complete liquid. So, it's real ice cream. Anyway, I think, guys, it is just about time to end the episode. Both because it is, well, just about time, and as well, I think if I've devolved to the point of rambling about ice cream and different brands, I should probably give it a go. So, next time on Farmer's Dynasty, I will have the field plow, and I will own a seeder, and we will harvest our first crop. So thanks very much for joining me here today, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button on the way out if you enjoyed the visit. And leave lots of comments. I love responding to comments. It's what starts my day the right way. Take care of each other, folks. Ciao.